Hey, good morning, everyone. We have Sharla Frost here with us this morning talking about her book as well. Sharla, I think, if I remember correctly, you have a series called Frogville.
I do. I have a series called the Frogville Quest series. And the book I want to talk about today is, let's see if we can get a good shot of it. There we go. There's the cover. Is book 6 in the series, and it is The Quest for the Magic Beans. And my books are designed for a little bit older audience than some of the ones that we've talked about this morning. They are chapter books, and they are designed for kids really sort of 7 and up. And if you remember back to when we were kids, although I think I'm a little older than you are, when you read things like Alice in Wonderland and things of that nature, they're children's books, but they can also be read by adults. And that would be true of my books as well. The series is based on my main character, Lily. Lily Pad Lotus Dillweed is a twin, and she and her twin brother live in Frogville, which is a cursed old village. And it was cursed because people were rude to visitors. And that's one of the first learning points in the book is you need to be nice to people because there are consequences if you don't. And in Frogville, as a result of them being mean to a traveling wizard, every boy in Frogville turned into a frog when they turned 13 until Lily turned 13, because you see, she's a twin and she's a minute older than her brother Crocus. So Lily turns into the frog instead of her brother, and she's the one who ends up going on the quest. And the book series follows Lily and to some extent her brother Crocus, because the book explores the interaction between brothers and sisters and how you deal with sibling rivalry and what happens if your sister gets to be the frog and you don't. So those are the concepts embodied in the books. And again, since they are designed for kids that are a little bit older, each of the books is based on a different historic kind of traditional literary field. So the first one really is a very much a fairy tale. The second one is based on the Arabian Nights. Adults will recognize that. Kids may be intrigued enough to then go read some of these things. The third one is an Irish fairy tale. The fourth one is Norse mythology and the Wizard of Oz. The next one is Beowulf. This one, Quest for the Magic Beans, is really a combination of Alice in Wonderland, because Lily is on her way home to Frogville. Finally, everything's good. They've conquered their quest. They conquered a dragon. They've done all sorts of things. She, her brother, and their best friend are being escorted back home. She falls asleep and falls down a rabbit hole and wakes up in Under-Earth all by herself and has to figure it out. And she has to meet new people and make new friends and use her innate talents to find a way to get home. And she makes friends with Jack, whose family was the Jack and the Beanstalk family. And they have to go search for the magic beans to make a new beanstalk so she can climb it and get back into her part of the world. So the books have been a lot of fun. They are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. They're also available on my website. My website is sharlafrost.com. You can also find them on frogvillequest.com, which will pop you over to my main website. But that's the concept of the books, and they've been a load of fun.
I have a few questions for you. I've read one of your books and they were fabulous. And that's when I realized they were a series. So I really like the concept of them. I know you talked a little bit about what the stories are about. What inspired you to really put everything pen to paper for this and for the first book, and then what continued for the series?
Yes. Well, I am a trial lawyer by training. And just before COVID, I had decided I just really didn't want to do that anymore. So I decided that I wanted to write, and I had written a business book. And it was suggested to me that maybe I ought to try a children's book because people will buy children's books. And the a business book is an ego project. So people know who you are. A children's book is a legacy project because if it's done well and people like it, it will long outlast the author. So I thought, immortality would be kind of cool. So I decided I would write one. And after I wrote one, you sort of get the bug. And I wanted to explore some of those traditional literary sources. I was an English major back a million years ago, and always loved fairy tales and children's literature. And I also find I have young cousins. I don't have children of my own, but I have young cousins, and looking at a lot of the literature that they read as tweens, I think is the correct term, they're dark. And they are not, in my view, learning tools to make better humans. And I wanted to do something that was both enjoyable and they aren't heavily moralistic. They're not that heavy-handed, but they have learning lessons in them. And they're not ugly and mean and end of the world kind of things. So I thought I could add something to the world by doing that.
That's really incredible and very thoughtful. So our teens certainly need that. So I really appreciate the thought of putting that in there. With the given genre that you're writing in, I got to be surprised that you don't have children of your own because you wrote this in a way that makes me feel like you understand a children's point of view. So
Well,
I
people
really
have
appreciate
always
that.
told me I was fairly immature, so maybe that's it,
Oh, that's
manifest my
great.
inner
That's great.
person, my inner child. Yeah.
Yes, yes. All right. And one more time, tell us where we can find you and connect with you and find your book.
Okay, you can find me at www.sharlafrost.com. And the books are available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and you can also get them through my website.
Excellent. All right. Again, thank you so much for being here. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and I'm going to look forward to reading the rest of your series. So thanks.
Thank you, Jody. You have been a marvelous interviewer, and thank you, Dr. Smiley, for setting this up because this is a wonderful platform.
It is. All right. Thank you, Sharla.